ready to go with our last match of the day on Alpha. It's going to be 100 Thieves versus eUnited with our fantastic casters, Clint and Joe.
Thank you so much, guys. You've been incredible throughout the day. I've greatly enjoyed the desk, but now I'm ready for this match because this is shaping up to, I mean, okay, it could disappoint us, but I think it has potential to be maybe the best match of the day.
I mean, when you talk about these two teams, 100 Thieves and eUnited, 100 Thieves been getting better and better. They had that boot camp. They've made it to the finals of the last couple of pro downs. eUnited, they've made their way out with some online results. They pick up a BZ, they pick up JCap, a ton of talent on both these rosters.
What, eUnited got the final of a 2K, 100 Thieves finals of both pro downs, I believe, that we've had. Yep. So they've definitely both seen some success in these online matches. The question now is just, I guess, who's going to be the top of the pool? Who's going to take that #1 spot? And yeah, I think you said to me coming in, you're like, you were feeling 100 Thieves.
I'm thinking Thieves, man. Okay. I'm thinking Thieves tonight, man. I'm thinking Thieves 3-0, 3-1. That's how I'm feeling.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll take a look at the overall best of 5 right now. We're going to kick things off with Frequency. Now, I know we don't have a ton to go off for these teams, but anywhere you think either of these squads have a big advantage when you talk about game modes?
It's obviously so tough.
Yeah, right.
Both these teams stacked. If I had to give 100 Thieves an advantage, I'd probably give it in hardpoint, but okay. I can see Search and Destroy and Control where, you know, you have guys like JCap and Clayster, don't make mistakes a lot. That's really where Search and Destroy, those control game modes. But when you talk about 100 Thieves and you talk to other teams, they seem to be ahead of the curve in Control right now. Like, you talk to the guys at Optic, it's like, I want to play 100 Thieves in Control because they're ahead of it.
All right, well, will it be a bit before we get to that game 3? We'll now dial down to the hard points. A nice start for eUnited. They've built out a pretty healthy lead here with 20 seconds remaining in our first hard point. But you see the main rotation coming into next. All those red arrows on the minimap. 100 Thieves starting to get set up. But just a really solid hold, honestly, from eUnited. They win the break. They had, what, 4 or 5 down right up the get-go, and they turn it into a solid chunk of time.
Yeah, now we're just going to watch that right side of the minimap. You can see Kenny starting to back on up. That's a big gunfight win against against JCap. They're getting set up in orange now. A great start for eUnited, though. 42 points on that elevator hill. Enable starting to push up, trying to get a nice little pinch, but Clayster and Pristini able to win some gunfights. The big thing for 100 Thieves right now, they still have spawns, but they're actually going to get a split. So Octane and Enable trying to stay alive.
Can they hold the back? They're trying to do just that. One has dropped. You still have Octane. He's going to get picked apart as well. And now we should see the spawns go in the favor of eUnited. That's exactly what happened. So they already had a significant lead from the first hard point. They're able to get in through basically their second break. They're building up a massive lead out the get-go. The guys have got to be hyped. Let's kick it to an Astro Gaming listen-in with eUnited.
Top our window.
Are we going to break the right? Top window. That guy's spawned out. Yeah, he's spawned behind as well. Yo, go
on you. Watch out. He's regen. He's there somewhere.
Kenny's top window. Kenny's top window.
Hold wait, Alex.
Spawn behind you. Two spawn behind you.
Yeah, they're spawning behind
us. Fuck.
They're going around you. Yeah, they're you.
I'm staying alive.
Slash weak on the heady.
I can grab to the back. We get back.
Wait for you, Dad. Wait for one more top window. All the way out, guys. Literally all the way out. P2.
On the heady.
Spawn out pipe.
You go. To the back. One shot.
One's in you.
I'm on the way. Not in the back.
That's one of the back. Yo, hit elbow with me. Whoever's following me, hit elbow.
Two zig to hill.
One top window.
Wait there, Preston.
Oh, another one.
I got one top window.
Let's go, Preston. Oh my God, let's go. Let's get there. Gotta be right. Getting close. Under you, Alec. I got your help, Pat.
Enable weak. We're mad. Maybe me set up.
Ian, there's you. One shot.
One more cushion.
One tap on you. I got your help. No one drop cube. He drops cube.
I'm dropping cube.
I got top.
Give it back, yo. Yes, I do. Oh, I hit you. I get my back.
No, he's on me. Inner. Both sides.
Alright, the both sides new.
Stay alive, Tyler. Don't go. No.
Arseny's right now 12-2, and Joe, we saw this last year, man, in a game that at times seemed hard for an individual to take over. He's got it in him, man. He will just take over maps out of nowhere and just destroy.
Yeah, when you talk to JCap a little bit on the side, he loves the talent on this roster. He thinks Arcene's, this is one of Pristini's best games. BZ as well, that young pickup with so much talent. Yeah, I mean, even looking at last year, throughout World War II, there was just times in Hardpoint where they just took off and absolutely destroyed teams, just like we're seeing right now.
Arcene's be double, triple positive in one of those games where he's just lights out. It seems to be like that now. But if you're 100 Thieves, you've got to start to show some life, and you've got to start to show it now, really. Inside the Hardpoint is still eUnited. The lead just building and building. You only have 36 points on the board for 100 Thieves. The eUnited chance and the crowd starting to build. This is just not pretty from 100 Thieves.
And we've been talking about it a lot today, right? When you have a 100-point lead, what are you going to get first? You're going to get those specialist abilities first. That allows you to put the game away early. This could be a 250 to 70-point victory for United.
To be fair, you know, a series earlier today from 100 Thieves, I think it was Pac-Man that called out Slasher. He was something like 5 and 15, having a really rough game of control. He ended right around even. He went on a tear, got some streaks that brought them right back into this. When you take a look right now, Slasher's 6 and 11. Maybe if he has that kind of turnaround, is what can get them going. But as I say that, Tempest out right now from Clayster. They're going off, man. The entire kill feed's been blue. Just about everybody positive on the side of eUnited. They are crushing right now.
I mean, when you look at the roster of 100 Thieves, you have Slasher and Octane. You can argue 2 of the top 3 ARs in the world the past couple of years. They're both around double negative. The reason why Arcedy's shutting them down.
And you got a BZ up in your face. He's right there too. He's 15 and 6. So not only are you getting beat at range, you've got a BZ flying at you, which can't be fun to deal with.
And now you have Clay starting to work on some streaks. He's able to get that drone squad. He has an attack chopper as well on that score sheet. He's able to get that. Like I said, this is going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly very fast.
Yeah, it's getting worse and worse as eUnited making a statement here in game 1. Sniper's Nest now earned as well. The drone squad's making plays for him. The push comes in, but Enable gets shut down. Clayster takes the next gunfight, and Slasher sent to respawn as well. Now eclipsing the 200-point mark and looking to bury 100 Thieves. Now you got War Machine. You mentioned it just starts to spiral out of control. It helps you get the streaks behind it as well.
Yeah, that's just it, right? These specialists comes out. They allow them to break. They allow them to hold that rest of that time. Now they have a great setup here at Orange.
And this has been one of the more efficient. I think he got 6 kills with that War Machine.
He's on a 6 free, make it 7, get some more streaks. This is an ugly one, Clint. This is real. We should just look away. If you're a 100 Thieves fan, just erase this one out of your memory.
Yeah, let's start thinking about game 2 for that side of things. But what a performance from 100 Thieves as they continue to apply the pressure. Once again in the hard point, they need an extra second or so they're not going to be able to finish it here. We'll at least see another rotation as 100 Thieves try to break on in. But it has been a massacre here on Frequency. There is no story of a comeback. If that was going to happen, it needed to start about 5 minutes ago.
This might have been the fastest game of the day.
Well, fist bumps out for eUnited. Clayster roaring. And 100 Thieves need to get back to the drawing board.
And that's sort of the big question, right? I think with the 100 Thieves, there's a lot of personality on this lineup. When you go down 0-1 in a series, how are those vibes going to be? Is it going to be very negative? We know a guy like Slasher, you know, he can go out of steam, making a lot of mistakes, but you were saying he wasn't performing that well. If he can step up, of course, 100 Thieves can do it, but eUnited right now, they are rolling with a great 1-0 lead.
eUnited make a statement in map 1 to break down the action and check out some of the other matches going on here at CWL Vegas. We'll get right back over to the desk. Katie, take it away.
Thank you very much. Guys, I don't think 100 Thieves even broke 50 there. I mean, eUnited study is dominant.
I said it. I don't really know. I'm really good at doing these things, I guess. United top 3. That was a 200-point club. 200.
That was pretty brutal.
Rotate.
One thing I do want to say, though, and this is something that you brought up earlier on. If you remember when United was playing earlier on in the day when they were behind us, the number one thing that you said was you couldn't even tell.
Right.
What do you see right there? Clay getting up, getting loud. All 3 of you have played against Clay in your careers. And when he gets loud and when he turns into that mode, that's scary. That's when Clay, to me, becomes this.
He's infinitely better. He's infinitely better as soon as he starts roaring.
I mean, well, that's Clay on a feature, and now that's Clay on
Yeah.
fades. Clay gets in front of a crowd
Yeah.
and turns into the GOAT. So I mean, this is crazy game 1.
Yeah, and now we are going to head over to Bravo, where we have Luminosity Gaming and Evil Geniuses on map number 1. LG currently up 120 to about 46.
Wow, look, EG has as many points as 100 Thieves just scored the entire map.
All right.
Ooh,
Shade.
Rotate, honestly.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Hardpoint isn't exactly a revolutionary game mode. It's been out since 2012. You should know how to play.
Oh, bye-bye.
That's tough.
Word to Clayster.
He gone.
Gunless going off again. Everybody on the side of LG having a pretty good game. Gunless so far is like my day 1 MVP candidate. I think Gunless is just playing amazing. I think he's the heart and soul of this team right now, especially in the hard points. But yeah, EG.
This match is for first place in this pool.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. Both are 2-0. EG.
Wait, this is a huge match. We talked about it earlier. The loser, the second place team plays Optic Gaming.
Yep. assuming nothing crazy happens with the open bracket
Assuming
team
nothing
comes
crazy
in,
happens.
which it probably won't. No disrespect to whichever open team falls in here, but you expect both EG and LG on current form to beat whoever they play. So yeah, essentially the loser of this probably going to play up to gaming round 1 and winners, which is pretty scary based on their current form.
This is an impressive margin. Evil Genius is a good hardpoint team. Like, Luminosity is looking really good right now.
168,
What is going on right now? People are getting run over.
Rotate.
People are burning out right now, man. They're getting tired.
It's a long day. It is a long day.
Sure.
But
I got a lot of energy. Throw me up on the stage.
I was about to roast so hard about him.
Like, the point is to win the map, man.
No. I think Ant could. I'm gonna be honest. I think Ant could still watch Ant play. I think he
would definitely be up there on the stage, a pro for sure.
Did he tell you what happened yesterday?
My guy.
So yeah, yesterday he was recording some stuff, and it was when the MB guys came through with their rings, and they walked straight past him, and you just Ant Storm walked by with their rings. He was like, oh no, I hate to see it.
Walked back to my room, stopped, and grabbed an old-fashioned on the
Pretty sure EG just held this hill for the entire time so far.
So.
And of course, that is the very beginning of LG and EG there, if you want to keep watching on the Bravo stream. But we are ready for map 2 now on Alpha with 100 Thieves and eUnited. Clint and Joe, it's all you.
All right, let's get right back into it. Let's hope that 100 Thieves can put up a little bit more of a fight. The game 1, an absolute blowout, but obviously a massive change of pace in Search and Destroy. You've probably been in a position like that, obviously, at some point in your career, you dominated the game 1. How do you talk through bouncing back in game 2?
What do you mean they got dominated in game number 1? They did not.
My bad.
They definitely did not dominate at all. No, I mean, you just have to erase it. You have to move on from it. You know, they take a break after a nice series win. They go 2-0. Maybe they're just a little bit too relaxed, or maybe it was just one of those games where they just forget the basics, right? How to not rotating to specific kills, not doing things that they're supposed to. And again, we're going to see a lot of mistakes throughout this weekend, but it's going to be about who can fix them up until Sunday.
All right, well, let's see what they can get done here in Search and Destroy. You know, you picked 100 Thieves. That's what you were talking about. That's who you felt good about. You changed a little bit maybe after map 1.
What'd I say, 3-1?
That's all right, dude. Studies on the desk. Dude.
You put me
they're
on
the
spot.
analysis. You're a commentator.
Yeah,
Leave them to be the analytical mastermind.
Remember, Study and Ant were only good on my teams. So.
Good point, Joe.
Yeah.
All right, let's get right into round 1. First blood's going to go to 100 Thieves. eUnited trying to see if they can answer back. Right now, it's just kind of a slow push up for 100 Thieves, trying to get pressure towards this B site. On defense, you've got a BZ inside window room. Clayster set up in the back right now with JCap as they're trying to hold. Trades back and forth, but Clay still here, able to pick up a nice 2-piece, looking for more. Rocking the Maddox right now without the elo, doing some damage, but not quite enough. It's 100 Thieves, get on the board. That's got to feel good. Just get that one round win. You just got smoked.
Exactly. How many times do we always see like hard points? Like someone gets 100 point club, they end up winning the Search and Destroy, and it's like that never even happened. And that's what you have to do if you're 100 Thieves.
Well, so far, so good as they get the first one on the board. We'll see what they can do next round on the defensive end. Never even have to worry about the objective there, as they're just able to clean wipe eUnited off of the site. Slasher on your screen now, arguably maybe the best player last year, right on a short list of players in the conversation. Absolutely incredible year for Slasher. I feel like we've said that every year for the past several years. You got to think he's got another one here. Oh, 3 guys, he shoots right between all 3.
As you can see, eUnited starting to work this A bomb site, and well, they're going to have control. JCap has that bomb. I imagine he's going to try and put it down here quickly, but we saw on frequency in that match earlier. A lot of snipers. Clay are able to find one, but Enable answers back. Can Octane find anything to open up this retake?
They get the quick plan in, but they're going to have to hold here in a 3 versus 4. As 100 Thieves tries to break in. Cluster in to back him up. Now Octane inching his way forward with that rifle.
He knows he's there. Oh, he just got some really bad timing. RC's going to shoulder peek it. But there we go. Not able to hit this shot, but it doesn't need to as Pharaoh and Slash are able to get those kills.
And that is a clean sweep. 4v3. No trade comes in for eUnited. Everybody gets wiped off the board.
And Slash already 4-0. I mean, he had, 6 kills about halfway through that hard point, already having a much better game.
Yeah, it wasn't a pretty one. So answering back, and you expect that from somebody as talented as he is, to get things going at some point in this series, and he does it early in the Search and Destroy. We'll take a look here at the best play from Pharaoh's POV. As you see him line up, RC's on the back box right after Octane misses that snipe.
Yeah, Pharaoh, still a young gun. Had a great year last year, stage 2 champion.
I think his stock, I don't know what his stock you would say coming into World War II, but obviously question marks around that by the end of the year. It couldn't have been much higher, could it?
Yeah, he made quite a big leap, you know, joining that TK roster, runner-up at champs, almost won a world championship.
Maybe the best player at stage 2 playoffs. Like, he had some incredible moments last year, now finds himself on this incredibly talented squad of 100 Thieves. But let's see if eUnited can get around on the board. Bristini's going to get stunned in, connects with Kenny, but attack pass is ready and available. Bristini's got to be careful here because there's 4 players in mid-lab that could pounce at any moment. Looks like some help has come in on the backside there from JCap, but Bristini, like we thought, he might get pushed. They're able to do just that. He just gets overwhelmed inside of their lobby.
Yeah, you can see 100 Thieves starting to make that rotation. They found that first blood, but there's a snipe by Clay. Abizi also able to get another kill. Now a 3 versus 4 stun going out by Abizi, and that just means we're going to make a team push. But Slasher does trade it. Can he find another one? Not able to do so as Cap picks him up. Now a 1 versus 3 for Pharaoh. A search and destroy specialist.
Yeah, this is certainly winnable, but the time is the scary part right now. Just over 20 seconds, he's put damage to the boat. JCap almost over peaks. He backs both down, can't finish the kill, and ultimately will drop. But that
I think Cap had 1 HP.
Yeah, that was
1 HP.
That was a pretty valiant effort. I was about to say JCap peaks a little too wide, but he had just enough to get back behind cover.
Again, I mean, 100 Thieves were able to get that first blood. They were working their way through that lobby, but then just that snipe and that play by Abizi allowed them to get back into the round.
Big round to get on the board for eUnited there as 100 Thieves look to be running away with this game too. We talk about some of the newcomers to this eUnited roster. You're talking about JCap and Abizi. Very different points in their career right now.
Yeah, Abizi, potential young superstar. I think when you watch this guy online, the guy can do some ridiculous things, and we've seen it so far today. Octane,
dude,
once again,
how many times is he going to have like the entire team in front of him just shoots right between? Sometimes that can be like a trickier shot because you have too many options, but he ends up paying for it. The punishment comes through as the push comes in from eUnited, and there's just nobody left. The hit marker in, Clayster finish him with the pistol, maybe a tad bit of extra love on the end of that one, and a clean sweep. Nobody drops from eUnited. They blow the doors off 100 Thieves.
Yeah, that was a quick round. I mean, Octane misses 1 snipe, and then you have 3 SOGs in your face, and, well, adios.
That's literally the second time I'm thinking, oh, Collat. Like, they look like they're lining up, and just right between the stack. Can't hit the shot, but those rounds obviously might be going a lot differently if he's able to hit the shot. Arcides, who was a monster in our game 1.
I just want to give everyone a quick update. We were watching that LG EG game. EG came back and won that one, 250 to 240.
Revan, coach of the year. Unbelievable. As EG, chance to go 3-0 in that pool. I don't think many would have said they saw that coming. But now with this tied up at 2-2 in game 2. 100 Thieves just looking to answer back after a brutal loss during the first game. Swordfish now out for Pharaoh. I know at least for us, we haven't seen much of that, at least so far this weekend. Just not able to get away with his life, but with kind of recent weapon balancing, it can hold its own, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I was talking to some of the 100 Thieves guys about their boot camp, and one of the big points was the Swordfish, and that's just something that Pharaoh loves to do, and he uses it in a very aggressive way, so able to find that first blood. They do have the man advantage, but Clayster able to find with another snipe, but Kenny's there for the trade. Slasher, though, that cluster nade, it spreads out, able to hit Enable. Now a 2 versus 2, just 25 seconds left. JCap gonna get gunned by Slasher now on 1v2.
You just hope he can get one in that scenario, but not able to finish anything, and now Arcides has to make the play. Looks like they're gonna rotate over towards the A site, work to get this bomb down, and now Arcides is gonna have to work some magic. Can he turn this into a 1v1?
You see Kenny just shoulder peek the bottom steps, and, well, they're just going to run around together. You know Kenny has that SOG, Slasher with the AR, and, well, they're just going to go on behind him. This should be a round win for 100 Thieves.
Here they come. Arcee's not ready for it. He gets tagged up and finished. Nice play in the 2v1 from 100 Thieves. Just stick together, make sure you can trade, but honestly, it didn't even come down to that.
And you did see Slasher already has that War Machine, so when is that going to come into play? If you get it early on, why not try to make a big play with it, get that early round win, because you know as time goes on, they're going to realize he's right around that number. Maybe they start to equip Flak Jacket. You know, maybe they start to throw down a bunch of different trophies to prep for it. Maybe Slasher can catch him off guard.
So you see Slasher on your screen now, just trying to rebound again from the tough game one.
I think he already has. I mean, already off to a 6-2 start.
It's true. When will that War Machine come into play? But now eUnited still down around. We've seen Clayster hit some snipes. Can he tack another one onto this? Enable peeks for a second, but nice shoulder peek to get that information. Get out of there. And you see Clayster does have that concussion to work with as well, as they have now started to push up towards this B site. Clayster trying to get vision. Nice shot onto Pharaoh. First blood in for eUnited.
See, just due to this sniper presence, he's going to allow his teammate to push up to that bomb. Enable gets taken down as well. Slasher able to find one on Pristini, but just look at the difference in the snipers. Octane 0-3, Clayster 7-4, but yeah, ICR, it can do stuff like that.
Slasher stands, yeah, it looks like a sniper rifle as well. The combination of both ICRs from Slasher and Octane able to peel JCap off of that bomb site. Now going to be a 2 versus 2. As they've got to try and play for this retake.
Never yo, eUnited probably sees both of those dots, so they're just gonna back on off, stun up. Should be able to find a kill. Now a tough 1 versus 2 for Octane, plus he has to defuse.
I thought for a second maybe he didn't hit Octane in the back, and that was actually gonna be almost like an unintentional bait as they push forward to finish 1 kill, but he wasn't able to do it. He does at least make it a 1v1, but not enough time to work the defuse. Doesn't get the kill either, as Arcides able to get the last lap, and eUnited able to bring it square again.
But again, that just starts with Clay's first blood with that sniper rifle. I believe he already has 7. And again, Octane, you don't see him with the sniper. He switched on over towards that ICR. He was 0-3 before this round.
It's like Slasher made it a mission to take him out. But Slasher's been very vocal about his thoughts on snipers and search and destroy at times. He's not a fan. He is not like getting picked by him. And he got a little bit of revenge, but just not enough done as eUnited tie up at 3-3. About halfway through this search and destroy. Any big takeaways from either side? That's something that stood out maybe for either team?
I mean, again, I think we've touched on it. I just think the hot start from Slasher and 100 Thieves to bounce back after that map 1, but it seems like eUnited have adjusted well and play with the sniper. He's been getting a lot of first bloods. See if he can find another one. Has to help Arcides, but Arcides has to back on down, and here we go. Clay, that's where he wants to be.
Take another opportunity for a collateral, as it looked like everybody in front of him there. He's able to get the kill, get out of harm's way. No trade in for 100 Thieves. Pristini trying to go outside the map. He actually hopped on the opposite side of one. He's going to be traded out, but at least he finds a kill before he falls. Now as JCap hits him through a window, he tacks on another. Everybody cleared out. Back-to-back rounds from eUnited. Yeah, I like a little fancy footwork outside the map there from Pristini.
Yeah, we've been seeing some pros do that on a map like this. Hacienda as well around that fences area. But the big thing, yes, Clay gets the first blood snipe, but as soon as they get all that information, him and Arcides, you see the map presence. Pristini was already in the spawn of 100 Thieves on that quick flank. They trapped him around that site, and with the man advantage, you know they're going to trade out effectively.
Yeah, my first thought when I saw this eUnited team come together, I was like, it's a little strange to me, but when you break it down, like, they sort of have all the pieces, right?
Mm-hmm. They have a very deadly solid duo with some great ARs and Arcides and Clayster, and then you have that Mr. Consistent JCap.
Maybe this is the year. Clay gets that tournament win on the board. It's been a while now. Pharaoh with the first blood, and Octane follows it up. Starting to push into the lobby and just see what they can find. That bomb is going to be planted now. As 100 Thieves going to have to try and work this retake. They've got a 2-man advantage. RC's got to win this gunfight to give him a chance. Not able to get it done. Last man up is his brother Pristini, and he'll get cleared. No one's been able to find much separation, right? Just back and forth we go. As we've got yet another tie in this game too, Serge.
I think the big thing is with a guy like Pharaoh on your team, you can see he takes those calculated chances. He takes those risks. Like, even when they've lost a couple of rounds in a row, he's still so aggressive middle of the map. He gets that first blood for his team. And then from there, 100 Thieves able to get a round on the board.
Well, so there were times last year where I don't want to say compared him to Zuma, but there was that element of, like, he's either getting first blood or getting a first blood. Like, he gets to these spots where he wants to take a one-on-one gunfight, be aggressive, maybe take advantage of a situation. Sometimes it costs you, sometimes you make a big play.
You'll even see, though, like, some of those search and destroy stars, they'll try their things out. It won't go their way. They'll lose a couple of gunfights, and they'll play completely different. Pharaoh the entire time has that same style where I'm confident enough, I'm going to win every single gunfight on the map.
Did you see the one time he got tagged up towards the A side, he still jumped and challenged with like 20 HP. Yeah, I don't think there's a lack of confidence at all. Kenny now on your screen. I think widely considered
he had an okay year last year.
The best SFG player last year, if not the best player, kind of rookie of the year. I mean, the accolades go on and on for what Kenny was able to do. I think a big question mark for some is just, will he bring that same consistency this year to Black Ops 4?
100 Thieves working this middle of the map. This is like the second or third time where they've done this. Try to get the eUnited lobby, and there's the pressure. Watch that mini-map. Number 6, that's Pristini again. Just trying to get any information he can. There we go. Pharaoh, though, able to get that first blood. And first blood has been dictating a lot of these rounds so far. Enabling Kenny. Starting to work up the map, but they're going to back on out. Go into vents and start to work that A site.
Clayster tagged up and wisely going to back down. Cluster comes in as well, but he's gotten the safety. Stun, everything hitting him, but somehow still going to be alive. Unfortunately, his teammate drops as the pressure is coming his way.
And if you're 100 Thieves, you just don't peek. You know he's back there with a sniper rifle. You're just trying to get any information you can. Shoulder peeking this. There we go. They're going to peek as a team. Slasher going for the second kill. Not able to do it, but there's Enable. Now
Clean
one round away from tying the series up. And again, it's like that blowout. Like that blowout doesn't matter.
This is going round 11, though. The whole map has been so back and forth, it has to.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, well, no. Nothing I say is fact. We've learned that in the 6 years I've been doing this. What do you think about Enable getting picked up by this roster when it happened? Did it surprise you at all?
No. Again, I think the core of TK, when you look at Pharaoh, Enable, and Kenny and what they were able to do, I think if they win champs, 100 Thieves probably has accuracy on the roster as well. Like, you're not going to break up the World Championship roster, but they get 2 of the top ARs.
And now you see the TAC 5 called in from both teams. Slasher also going to call in that War Machine, which you mentioned rounds and rounds ago. When was that going to come into play? They want to close it out here. They need one more round. They want to finish it, but Kenny does get picked up. Abizi with a nice awareness at home to find the kill. So that'll even the squads at 4-4. Got a group of fans that want this to end here. They want 100 Thieves to get it on the board with this round. They don't need the added pressure of around 11, but there's still 40 seconds remaining. Bomb has now been planted, so now it's going to be about trying to work this defuse for 100 Thieves. You see the presence all over the map from eUnited. Arseny's just barely able to get in the window and wins the one-on-one gunfight. That's likely going to seal the deal. Last man up is going to be Octane. The trade is there.
All right, maybe you do just say facts. Maybe that's it. You just knew it's going around 11.
Yeah. Yeah, now see? Yeah, I know what's going on.
I know. But I believe on the side of United, you have the Tempest and you have the War Machine. For the side of 100 Thieves, I believe Octane still has a Tempest.
We'll take a look at it as we hop into this final round. Going to see what utility there is to work with. You know, 100 Thieves want to close it out there. They invest that War Machine, but like you mentioned, Tempest available.
Grab Slam,
and then on the other side, what? War Machine, and that's about it. Maybe you get a Vision Pulse if Abizi finds an early kill.
Yeah, that could be the difference maker. Maybe try to set up Abizi, allow him to get that Vision Pulse.
What a huge, huge round this is.
And you know, 100 Thieves right now just trying to get information for Kenny. Kenny's trying to get set up for that Grab Slam.
You can see they've basically given up that B site. You have Octane deep and Kenny in window, but for the most part, they're asking for that plan. Arcees, though, they're able to bounce it. Actually takes out Kenny, so that's going to be no Grab Slam coming in from the side of 100 Thieves. Slasher's going to get picked as well. Tempest comes in. It changed. 2 going to be down. Can they finish the kills? The pressure is coming in. Clayster's not able to connect, and suddenly it's a 3 versus 3. All hell is broken loose. Last man standing is going to be Octane. Connects with 1, tries to get the 1v1, but not able to do it as eUnited clutch up in the final moments of round 11. That was mayhem.
I don't even know what just happened. You got Tempest on both sides. Again, Arcees had that War Machine. Did Slasher even, he used his, but I don't even remember seeing it.
He used his the previous round. Slasher used his round 10. He got the first blood, remember, and then nothing else really came.
But again, what a first blood that was. And I'm just wondering if you are 100 Thieves, you have to know that that War Machine is coming out sooner or later. Like, why doesn't a guy like Kenny, who's trying to use Grab Slam, have Flat Jacket on? At least you can eat 1. If you do run into that guy, you just pop your specialist.
How painful this has been for 100 Thieves thus far. You think about it, you get blown out in the map 1. And then the only thing that might be more painful than the blowout is having a round 11 gut-wrenching loss that maybe you think you have the edge, especially after a first blood in round 10, but it's not enough. The eUnited magic continues. They're up 2-0. They're looking to be perfect in the pool. We'll be right back. eUnited 100 Thieves, what we thought might be our most kind of hotly contested match of the night, like our final match, our juggernaut match. So far, all eUnited. Yes, we go to around 11 in game 2, but game 1 was an absolute blowout. This is one that may be that eUnited 3-0 that I'll be honest, I didn't see that coming.
No, neither did I. And again, I think that round 11 was close. If it's a 3-0 where the hard point's close,
dude,
like...
The best was the end of that search. You looked at me, we were so, what just happened? At one point, there were like 3 people on the ground.
There was 2 Tempest,
on eUnited.
a war machine, I don't know.
It was awesome. It was awesome. And eUnited gets the victory, but now we'll focus to control as we will get right into gridlock. And eUnited, nice opening break, 3-man advantage almost immediately. A is going to be gone. If you're Octane and company there on 100 Thieves, just start focusing on B because you just got toasted early. And this is absolutely a map. If you lose that opening break, you are in so much trouble on A.
And we've seen a a lot of teams, especially online in scrims, where yeah, that first push goes down at A, and it's like, you know what, just give it up. Don't waste any lives. Let's just control B.
I was watching an Optic scrim one time where like they literally, Karma at one point was like, why do we even send anyone to A?
Like what's the point?
Let's just focus on B and try to spawn kill them. Like, what is the point? It's tough to hold. You lose. If you see right there, you lose that opening break. 3 players drop. You already have to give it up.
Yeah, and you're down a couple of lives. Octane trying to do his best to stay alive. And now if you're eUnited, you have 2 minutes to play with. You don't have to send all your resources towards that B site to cap it. You can play around the life. You can play around spawn kills. Try to get a nice setup and, well, once again, try to break the setup of 100 Thieves. This is what I love. You see Slasher, he's at the top of the screen. On the other side, you have Pharaoh trying to make sure on a complete diagonal that he's watching the other side of the map.
Slasher is pushed up all the way to back alley, basically, so he can be such a nuisance from that side of the map. So they've been trying to funnel through kind of Dojo to their like back guard, but they haven't been able to find any kind of opening. Finally, the 2 players out there, Slasher and Pharaoh, that were applying that pressure, they will get dropped. So now a good opening here from eUnited, maybe make a play behind it. They've gotten into kind of the back spawn to make a little bit of noise there on the 100 Thieves side. And now's their chance to finally start capturing B.
Yeah, really, that eUnited push started from the middle. It was a Beezy and Pristine who found a couple of kills. As soon as that happens, they can get pushed up. And this is dangerous right now for 100 Thieves. The B site just got to 1 tick. RC's, though, trying to lock this pillar down. Pharaoh trying to get back into it, but if you're 100 Thieves, it looks like you're going to get up.
That is exactly, I was just about to say, it's a 4-man advantage right now for eUnited. You need a big play out of 100 Thieves to get back into this, and that's exactly what they get. You see the kill feed light up red, they get the hold, and now they're right back in this round. Things were looking scary, but as I say that, it looks to be a nice break from eUnited. They find 4 kills, get right back in. You thought the presence would be there from 100 Thieves. They got set up to deal with another wave, but eUnited just stroll right through.
Yeah, now with 48 seconds left, you're going to have to watch that number of lives. Only 9 left for eUnited, 7 for 100 Thieves. This next push could decide the game. Slasher able to find a couple. Kenny with another, and that's a big team push out of 100 Thieves as Kenny and Slasher find all those kills.
And what looks so good for eUnited, basically from the opening break up until about 30 seconds ago, now they're in trouble. Now you've got 4 players left, and look at this. They're going to send 2 through the front and 2 kind of on that long flank through mid. It's going to be pressure to really enable, and I believe Pharaoh in the backside to deal with this.
Yeah,
will enable them to great timing. Shots on point. JCap eliminated. Now only 3 players remaining. Make it 2 now left in Clayster and Arcity. Suddenly Arcity's left all alone. He's been spotted top broken, and he's going to be picked off and dropped. I think that's a great rebound there from 100 Thieves, because you obviously start down, what, 5 lives or so. You get smoked, absolutely smoked to open things up on that A site. Really what it came down to like 2 moments, I guess, when Slasher and Kenny kind of had that play they made, and then the other time they got that kind of 4-man clean wipe, it got a reset finally. It was so scrappy up to that point.
Yeah, but as you said, it was a great rebound because eUnited looked like they were going to take care of that round very quickly.
How many times have you seen a round snowball like that? Like you just kind of get early control and just run away with it. But, I mean, we saw 100 Thieves kind of rebound in the first round of Search and Destroy, get it on the board, and then things slipped away. So you need to put eUnited away for a game. Start to try and bury them.
Now, the first thing I just noticed, 100 Thieves, they sent a little bit of information just enabled towards that A site, and 4 of them stayed in their house off a spawn. And they did a delay hit towards this B site. They have control. 3 kills go down for 100 Thieves. And, well, that first tick already in.
And we talk about this kind of being the harder point to pick up. A little bit of maybe an opening strat coming out of them might lead to B being captured immediately, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So on the other side of things, eUnited take A almost instantaneously. This time for 100 Thieves, B wiped off the board. Now they're basically setting up the push into the spawn now of eUnited. Like, look at the 2 players you have for eUnited. What's that, 4 and 5? You've got Clayster and Abizi having to deal with the entire squad, really, and they both get smoked. Now they're spawning back in. You still know you have 3 or 4 players you've got to deal with. Finally, though, at least Abizi off spawn, able to find one of those kills.
Yeah, this is why a lot of teams respect the game of control that 100 Thieves plays, because they control the map so well. Just look at how they're spread out. They're forcing eUnited into such tough positions around that A site.
You said to start this series, like if there was one mode that you thought maybe someone would have an advantage, it'd be 100 Thieves in the control. And so far, at least they're showing that, but I know it's early here in the game 3.
And look, they just get a kill or 2, and look at the spawn kill set up by Kenny and Slasher. By the way, both of them 11 and 4 right now, having a great duo game.
Can we hop to Slasher? Slasher has 5 kills in a row. And you can see he's already fully streaked out. He's got so much to work with. You've got the lightning on Kenny as well. We'll see how far he can push this streak, as it's now up to 6. As Slasher, once again, we mentioned, he started slow, now just erupting. But they need to get some maps on the board. He can improve his play throughout the course of the series as much as he wants, but the fact is they need to find these wins. Finally, he's forced out of position by that cluster grenade and picked up.
I mean, you have 2 sets of full streaks, though. You heard that TAC 5 boost go in. This has to be a round win for 100 Thieves. And we know Control, because it's really life-based, those streaks are so powerful. You can get those spawn traps with that lightning, with that Hellstorm. Pristini, he invests in the grab slam and finds a third.
I mean, if 100 Thieves win this round up 2-0 with 2 sets of full streaks, this is over for you, right?
Should be over.
Yeah. You can't throw that away. So when you look at it like that, you got to feel like this is a must-win situation for eUnited. You're up 2. You got to think, does 100 Thieves consider just maybe investing a streak or 2 in the final moments of this second round to secure the victory?
It looks like they're waiting on Kenny right now. They have 4 players on their side of the map, but they're waiting for that number 9. He does have the grab slam. He's going to call in the lightning strike. He pings it. There's the pressure. They have to move from that tree. He does pick up his teammate, but they still have the man advantage. He goes on a bit of a flank. This is an opportunity for 100 Thieves to capitalize on this round, and now he's set up. If he has to invest the grab slam, he can.
I like that. I like that. Use some streaks to try and bury them, and that's exactly what he tried to do. But eUnited absolutely still alive and well in this, but they have to get on it. They got to get in. They got to get in. The contest's going to come through. There's a couple of kills going to be needed for 100 Thieves. There they come in. There's the round victory, and they'll enjoy a 2-0 advantage. Some specialists to work with, 5 streaks to work with.
Yeah, they only used the lightning, and I loved how they set that up. They knew as soon as Kenny got to their side of the map, he was going to ping the lightning. He was going to give all the call-outs to his team, and they just waited. They knew eUnited were going to push their side, have to avoid that lightning strike when it hits towards that tree.
They come in and get this Game 3 victory. You start to feel they got a chance to come back in this. You just don't think they're going to get smoked at another hard point as bad as they did. You got to think maybe that Game 1 was eUnited's pick. I would hope so. I would hope. I don't know for sure. I wasn't part of the veto process, but I imagine that's not 100 Thieves' pick and they go in and put 50 points on the board.
Well, if it was their pick, it might not be tomorrow.
Yeah, it's still early in the year. They're figuring it out. We'll see if 100 Thieves can close it out here against so much utility to work with, and just trying to play a little bit of defense towards this A site.
Slasher calls in that sniper's nest, and what a difference of a round. Remember, the first attack for eUnited, they were able to get A in the first, 10 seconds as they won that first fight. Now they lose that fight, and once again, look at the pressure that 100 Thieves puts on the map. Pharaoh and Octane right away just push towards the side of eUnited, and now they have a great pinch on the spawns.
Looking to try and bury him here. eUnited able to get one tick into that B side. Pharaoh just mutilates a BZ inside a top of Broken.
It's almost like he didn't see him there for a second climbing up, and he has to react.
He gave him first shot, just, you know, make it look better for us, yeah. Some kills come in for eUnited, but they're still in trouble as they're down 5 lives. Octane now with Tempest out, hunting for whatever he can. There's multiple players here that should chain, but like you said, War Machine comes in from Arcades. He's able to connect. He's 9 and 11 in this one right now, but found a massive kill there. As he gets back up on his feet, we'll see what he's able to do. You see the streak still on Kenny, but he might not even get a chance to use them as Arcades. What's he find? How many kills was that for him? He's found 4. He's getting kind of close to streaks. That might be the one way you bring yourself back into this. Get full streaks on Arcades and find a victory here in round 3.
Yeah, but you saw the drone squad. That was just called in by Kenny. You hear the sniper's nest in the air. 100 Thieves is trying to win this 3-0 right now. eUnited, they don't have any specialists to work with. JCap, the closest one with that vision pulse.
We've seen this in another one of their defensive rounds where Slasher gets pushed up all the way through back alley and just finds easy kills. Looking for one more of the pistol. Nice shots onto Arcades. They continue to hold a narrow advantage when you talk about the lives on either side, but eUnited need to find a little bit more magic like they did in Game 2 if they're going to come back in this Game 3.
JCap is able to pick up 1 streak, so he's able to get 1. Has that lightning strike. Kenny does have grab slam and Hellstorm, so a lot of weapons on the side of both. There we go. Kenny calls in the Hellstorm. JCap the lightning strike. Slasher is the one who picks up the kill with that cluster grenade. So now a 6-kill lead. Slasher almost wins that one. If he is able to get that, he's set up once again in the base of eUnited.
Right now, if you're 100 Thieves at this advantage, And so little lives left for eUnited. All you need to do is trade effectively here, and you get the W. Plus Kenny, he's a chance to make a play with that grab spike right as we hop off. It does come in. He's able to pick up a couple of kills. JCap last man up. 100 Thieves look to absolutely get a victory here in Game 3, and a much-needed victory to avoid that 3-0. Show some life in this series. Show they belong in this series, and now try to bring it back. And you talked about kind of why Optic wanted to play them in something like Control. You like what they're able to do with their map positioning, and they show it there as they're able to kind of finesse eUnited through the course of that Game 3.
It just feels like all the situational awareness on the side of 100 Thieves, they understand every situation, right? I mean, especially in Control, the way their setups are, some teams get out-rotated. It just never feels like 100 Thieves does.
All right, well, 100 Thieves right back into this one, still trailing by a game, but now at least a sign of life from the 100 Thieves squad. Do they have a chance, guys? Katie, boys, what do you think?
We will see. Of course, they are putting up that fight. Ben is sad that I didn't bring up that he's back on the desk.
I'm not sad. You know,
so he
whatever.
is. It's okay. I know on the inside a little bit. But of course, that is going to be that 2-1 there. And we're getting so close, Study, to the end of this day.
Yeah, so that was a really good match right there, especially the map. 100 Thieves was able to win that map, take it back to 1-2 in the series. That was a really good bounce back map for them because they won it in a 3-0 fashion. So I feel like they have some momentum going into this next hard point.
I mean, I thought that in the search. I thought, oh yeah, here we go, 100 Thieves showing some life. Yeah, that didn't end too well for them.
Yeah.
eUnited with a nice comeback. They're still 2-1 up in the series. You look at the first hard point as well, and for me, eUnited looked just so dominant that, if I'm honest, I'm kind of worried for 100 Thieves in this Game 4.
Well, yeah, I mean, we did see 100 Thieves earlier, though. They had some pretty commanding wins in Hardpoint. Maybe that map, it just got a little bit, snowballed out of their hands, and they just got smoked. It's happened to me before it's happened to anybody. It can happen to any team here, but they have so much slaying power, I think, in this Game 4. If they can just put it together, utilize some of it, they can easily win it and force a Game 5.
I think that loss is definitely going to teach them to stay on top of those rotations. Next time, they weren't doing it, clearly. Game 4 comes around, they start rotating, and we could easily see a different outcome.
It just got out of hand, man, that Game 1.
Yeah, I would say that's unusual. 46 points.
Yeah. That's unusual, though. Like, you're not going to see that too often.
That's really bad.
That's bad.
But, like, would you be totally surprised if they just came out and won this hard point?
Not at all.
Not at all.
150? Not at all.
Not at all.
And I could totally see it happening. So I think after that win in Control, they're going to have a lot more momentum. I think we'll have a competitive Game 4 here.
We do still have, of course, LG and Evil Geniuses going on Bravo stream, which we're going to head over to right now in that map 3.
Can I say I'm loving watching Control this weekend?
It's so fun.
It's a really fun mode.
So fun. And the best part is, the way it's being played now, I think is going to be completely different to what we see a couple of months down the line, 6 months down the line. You're going to see players just come up with maybe unique opening breaks. That's what is interesting to me, is the opening breaks, right? How do you split? What's your break off? 3-2? Do you go 4-1? Maybe you just 5-man hit something and say, screw it, let's play for the unfavorable control and see if we can try and kind of cheese our way almost to an early advantage.
Yeah, I think the players will look back at Control right now and be like, wow, we were really just throwing our lives away.
Like, wow, what were we doing?
Yeah, I think valuing your life is going to be way more important as this game mode develops. And right now, LG up 1-0, 19-15, man advantage for LG. They've been looking good so far in this tournament.
LG looked good, but credit to EG. I think they made like a 90-point comeback, I think it was, in Game 1. It was a tremendous effort from EG. They come all the way back and they take it. The Game 2 Search and Destroy, LG just a little bit better, and that's why we find ourselves tied up 1-1. As LG, as you said, with a kill advantage, but not a massive one.
From a selfish perspective, I really want EG to pull this out, because if they do, we get LG Optic tomorrow.
Wow,
that would round 1.
Actually, I would love that.
Yeah,
that'd be insane.
But then again,
Let's go, EG.
I don't want LG to lose. It's just like,
oh, you don't have faith in LG to be up to gaming? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just don't want them to lose.
Wait, and has faith in LG winning this entire thing.
Absolutely.
Well, then they should be able to beat every team here.
100%.
You just don't want to have to beat them early.
Yeah, flex them a little later in the tournament. Not that early.
Let's get warmed up a little bit. Get our championship Sunday. But
I don't think I've seen Gunless go negative.
Yeah, no, he's been phenomenal. I know you said you're a potential MVP of the day, but the one thing to say, for EG's perspective, I don't think a lot of people would have had them in this position, right? I think a lot of people undervalued them. Pac, I know you did. You had a ton of love for them, so credit to you. But overall, Pac, not that many people did. I think you looked at the likes of Red Reserve, despite not knowing much about their game on Black Ops 4, people still kind of credit them above EG, and I guess it's not the case.
Naturally, you have to give them that respect. They earned that. They earned that from last season.
Oh my God.
They were consistent. They were consistent.
This is getting crazy,
This is
guys.
getting crazy.
Let's direct our attention to this control. 4-3 man advantage for EG. 3-3.
Gotta just flood.
We gotta just flood it and trade here. There's gonna be one player left on the side of Luminosity. He's gonna be a
Saints is close to streaks right there.
He almost got in there.
Still pull out the round.
A little bit
Close,
anti-climactic.
but so far.
Can I say it? Saints has been playing really, really, really good. He's been shocking me. I didn't think.
He's Saints, man. Saints is always going to be a really, really good player.
He got
Saints
like,
is always going to be really good at killing things.
Yeah,
he used
really
to be on
good
like
at
those
killing things.
tier 1 rosters though, you know. Now he's maybe on like a tier 2 roster. Maybe people lost a little bit of faith in him. He's showing he still has it.
Yeah, and honestly, funnily enough, same with Goonjaw. Goon this event, just watching some of the plays he's made, it's that kind of intelligent play style, which, let's be honest, throughout the advanced movements, you didn't really see much of him. Then, obviously, you know, last year you're thinking, all right, boots on ground. Goon was always a phenomenal boots. They are always a phenomenal player. Didn't really have too much success, but honestly, from what I've seen early, he looks fantastic.
Did you guys see this play that's being made right now from Evil Geniuses? They go over towards that B capture. They over towards the B zone, excuse me, and they wait about 30 seconds before entering it. So Luminosity starts their rotation over towards the other point, and then Evil Geniuses gets inside, and they now have control with man advantage in the hill. That is the type of thing that we're gonna see as this game mode develops, and that's why it is so interesting to watch this. That was amazing.
I'm willing to bet you anything that's a pocket strat from Revan. That's that sneaky play style.
Classic just
That's really smart. Everyone has that. Every player has that natural timing that they learn over time, right? So as soon as you're not there,
You rotate. You rotate out, right?
Yeah, you rotate out.
LG just popped a 6-piece, so didn't really work out. 24-21.
I mean,
no strategy's gonna work if you get guns. So
bear in mind, you got 2 ticks into B, right? Which
they should have got that.
Admittedly, you should have kept the whole thing. You got 40 seconds left, but 2 ticks is better than no ticks. Let's be honest. So we'll see if potentially.
I think we've seen, except for from Slack, I think we've seen a lot of crazy Tempest plays today.
The Tempest has to be like the strongest specialist.
It's 100% the strongest specialist. Anyone that disagrees, I think, is just wrong. The only other one you could say is the War Machine. But Trophy stopped the War Machine. Right. Nothing stops the Tempest. Nothing stops the Tempest. And it can chain, and you can hip fire, and it's unbelievably accurate. And if you're in a hill and hard point, you get streaks like that. It's simple.
Yeah,
it's got to be your favorite.
It's easy, 100%. It's so easy to use. I'm out here playing viewer 10s, getting streaks every game, every game.
I think Luminosity needs to get formal their Tempest, to be honest. I don't like Slack with the Tempest thus far in this tournament. But hey, they know more about their team than I do.
Annihilator, that's something we
but all right, bear in mind, you saw formal pop a 5-piece with the Annihilator earlier on.
Yeah, but like, he's one of the only players that is using the Annihilator.
Yeah, I've never seen an Annihilator.
I don't know if I even like that. The Vision Pulse is way too good. And Annihilator, like, I mean,
Annihilator is strong, but I guess Vision Pulse for your combos more than anything else, right? You can link it with your Tempest, you can link it with your War Machine.
And it takes forever to get.
Yeah, Vision Pulse takes forever as well.
Yeah,
it's one of the longest specialists in the game. Yeah.
But like, Vision Pulse is guaranteed to benefit everybody in your team, whereas the Annihilator, you can just pull it out and die instantaneously. So I think that's extremely selfish to run that, but hey.
I mean, if their team probably gone over it in practice, they decided that they're better without it for whatever reason. I don't know.
I feel like that's crazy. Better without wall hacks? Like, come on.
Yeah,
what do you mean? If a guy that walks around and kills people with 1 bullet?
Yeah, I mean, all right, fair.
Another very
fair.
Another very close round. Luminosity going to have the man advantage here. They had it last time as well, but they didn't clutch up. We'll see if they're able to clutch up right now. Formal playing a little bit slower, about to get his Annihilator out.
They have 45 seconds. That's a decent amount of time to, getting picked alone. Getting picked alone.
I'm waiting for the first massive clutch in control, like a 2v5.
It was a 3v7 earlier.
We had a 3v7.
In kills. They grabbed the
Miles
point.
lost his mind.
They grabbed the point, though. I want to see them kill everyone. Just
never happening.
1v5 it.
I'm sticking to that. It's never.
It will happen at some point. So, some team is going to misplay. Honestly, it might be tomorrow.
Really?
Open bracket teams.
Listen, if eUnited can beat 100 Thieves 250 to 40, somebody can
1v5.
Can 1v5.
In control. In
anything
control.
Can happen in Call of.
Like, all you need is a little bit of time on your side, and I think you can make a play. Bear in mind, the clock stops when you go inside a hill as well.
Right.
I just don't know whether it's easier to do it defensively or it's easier to do it on the attack. That's why I haven't kind of figured it out yet.
You know who's been asleep this tournament?
For sure.
You think?
Yeah, because on attack, you have to be in a certain place. You have to get to that point. So no matter what you do, eventually they know where you have to be.
But think about it. The counter to that is if you're on defense and 5 people are in the hill, your time is essentially it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's 5 seconds and you've been capped.
Almost got that now.
They're gonna be standing together, and he's gonna grab Spike all over.
Oh, yo, that would be. I would lose my mind. A 5-piece grab slam and a 1v5 control.
We were just talking about Foma's Annihilator. That's a 3-piece.
One bullet.
I don't mind the Annihilator in control. Because
Another one.
There it is. That's 5.
I don't mind the Annihilator in control because it's so kill orientated. So if you can just pull it out and get like 3-4 kills, that's huge. But in hardpoint, I think, and Search and Destroy, I think Pulse, like, you just gotta pick it over them.
There's no way he's using the Annihilator in Search, right?
There should absolutely be no.
Formo would be the person to do it.
We do need to leave Bravo stream here and head back to Alpha for map 4. eUnited up 2-1 over 100 Thieves, and Clint and Joe, it is all you.
Thank you. Let's see if 100 Thieves can bring it back. They got one on the board, but still a lot of work to do, obviously, if they're going to take this best of 5. And again, both these teams come in 2-0, so they're both looking to see who's going to be the top of the pool. Now, who they're going to end up playing, we don't really know what that scenario is going to be yet.
Got the open team as well.
Yeah, that's true. So we still have a lot more action, obviously, with regards to pools, but more often than not, you just want to have that #1 spot.
All right, I got to ask you.
Okay.
You just heard what those guys were talking about on the desk. Do you mind Formal using the Annihilator? Because I sure don't. I didn't miss. I'm cool with that.
You heard what did Nameless say?
He's like, selfish, but control.
No, then you see him get the kills. He's like, oh, yeah, no. This one is fine, dude. And I'm on to your antics.
Yeah, listen, Formal can do whatever he wants. I'm cool with whatever.
But you see the plays being made there by LG, but that series tied 1-1. We'll see as that starts to go the distance. But let's get right back into the action here. 400 Thieves versus eUnited. All eUnited early, 100 Thieves now trying to see what they can get done. So the first hard point, if you missed it, the hard point was a bloodbath. Absolute annihilation. eUnited win, what, 250-46, something in that ballpark. You gotta think 100 Thieves have a better showing here on Arsenal. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, and really we saw in that game number 3, 2 guys that stepped up was Kenny and Slasher. And if they can continue that, and you're already seeing Slasher picking up a couple of kills, Octane as well, then yeah, you know this team is going to be very tough to beat in hardpoint. But we saw in game 1 is there was some inconsistent performance.
Are there any key differences to you between a map like Frequency and Arsenal that might tilt this into your favor for a team like 100 Thieves?
I mean, you can use more ICRs, right? If you are Octane and Slasher, Frequency is much more fast-paced. Maddox is Sauce. I don't even think you're going to use one ICR on a map like Frequency.
A little bit longer range, and that definitely could pay dividends for this team, but similar to what we saw in the first hard point, here again, eUnited win the break, and they get a nice chunk of time to get things going. The big thing is just going to be, can 100 Thieves answer throughout the course of this game like we didn't see in that map 1? But now we'll focus on Clayster, who's rotated here to Crane, set up in second. Some nice shots to back down Slasher, at least for a moment. But he's already picked up his partner in crime onto Abizi. The trade comes through, and once again, controlling the hard point is going to be eUnited. This looks just like map 1.
Yeah, already like 4 down. Just the way that eUnited is playing this. Pristini already so far pushed out. You have one player blocking the back. This is typically stuff we see a couple months into the game. Instead, eUnited are flourishing right now.
Is it the tempo or the pace that eUnited is playing at that you think is the biggest problem for 100 Thieves?
No, I think it's just the decisions. It feels like every single time they're winning those rotation battles, and then they set up those easy reads where they get pushed out, and it allows players like Pristini, Abizi to get in the positions that they want.
Well, eUnited once again looking to bury them early. They're still going to get another 15 or so seconds here at second, but we'll start the rotate. Well, not really start the rotation. I mean, hell, 100 Thieves had to rotate about 20 seconds ago as they're set up for next. Racini hopping outside the map. We saw him make a play like that in Search and Destroy, trying to get it done in the respawn here as well. If you're 100 Thieves, you need a hold here. This is that moment early in the game where
yeah,
you
one
have
player's
to get a
spawn
hold.
out. I was going to say, they set up a great pinch. eUnited, they send 3 to the back, 2 are pushing towards the front. That one player, that's Kenny, spawns all the way out. And while this might be a eUnited break, just like that, 3 go down for 100 Thieves. There's just one player left inside the hill, and another break for eUnited. And now they have the setup that they want.
Look at that pinch, and you mentioned
there's attack 5 boost already.
You mentioned it, that early pinch. Like, they're spawning out so quickly in the hard point. Stellar stuff from eUnited. And you got a streak in the hands of RC as well. I said a streak, making streaks, as he's found everything here to work with. JCap's getting close as well. This is so reminiscent of the first hard point. eUnited just looked the superior team in this mode without question.
They just look so far ahead in the game mode. The way they're reading their spawns, the way they're working those rotations. It's just a very polished hard point on the side of eUnited.
Well, let's see if they can keep it going. JCap's still on a 5 streak, I believe. So he's still got some streaks that he can earn. He's still trying to pick him up. I believe, yeah, 95, I guess, off the Hellstorm. He's going to fly in. There's the trade. Finds another. The streaks come in from RC. He calls it the Hellstorm. Fully streaked out. So we got Sniper's Nest. You have a drone squad, a couple of Lightnings, an additional Hellstorm. The drone squad got called in, but still.
You're going to have some specialists here soon.
You need to go back and watch VOD tonight if you're 100 Thieves to see what the hell is going wrong in your hard point.
Octane able to find a couple of kills. Maybe they can find their way back into it. But once again, we saw in map 1, it was RC's, and RC's right now 14-3. You pointed out JCap. But RC's, man, has just been destroying 100 Thieves in hardpoint.
Oh, wow, yeah. His start is like, what, 30-5, 30-6, something like that?
I mean, he's 15-3. Slasher and Octane, he is outperforming both of them in both hardpoints.
Unbelievable stuff. And I kind of talked about it a little bit in the first game. Like, he has these series where he takes over, where he clearly looks like the best player in the lobby. We've seen him do it many times before, and this seems to be, late on day 1 here at CWL Vegas, just one of those series where he goes off. But it has been a well-rounded effort from the eUnited side. 100 Thieves, though, this time looks like they've got potential to eclipse the 50-point mark, at least at the second hard point.
When we talk eUnited, especially the last couple of years, it's really been inconsistencies from event to event. Heck, even day to day, and I think a guy like JCap helps them fix those inconsistencies, right? Maybe he's helping RC's get set up in those positions where he can excel like he is. I mean, he is 19-3 right now on an 8 spree, and well, there's more streaks for him. 23 on a 9 spree, almost gets the second one. This is just ugly.
RC's an animal throughout this series. 171-49 is your scoreline. 100 Thieves maybe still a chance in this game to push it to a game 5, but they've got to be perfect from here on out, and they've got to do it with a legion of streaks. Pristini's picking him up now too. He might find his drone squad here. He does, he gets it as well. So how many streaks have we now had across this eUnited roster? They are just punishing, pounding, destroying, doing whatever you want.
Keep going.
The side of Thieves right now.
Just use all the adjectives.
This is disgusting. It might be like 500 to 100, the total scoreline between these two hard points. Did not see this coming, but wow.
I mean, when you look at the roster of 100 Thieves, you wouldn't think they would struggle this much in hardpoint. You think maybe a game mode like Search and Destroy where they couldn't get on the same page, but you would expect them to excel in hardpoint due to the slaying power. Instead, it's just eUnited.
Yet another set of rotations here as we're back into the central lab, and 100 Thieves at least securing a bit of time here, but it might be too little too late as they continue to get picked off by the streaks of eUnited. You see it kind of at the top left of your screen, those gold diamonds. You still have a lot to work with streak-wise for this eUnited roster. There it comes in. I know RC's picks off himself, but also finds Slasher and Octane in the process. Going up high is Pristini trying to find an angle at back gun to make a play, but another streak comes in. JCap with a team kill, but finds 2. You get those 2-for-1s trades behind the streaks. I guess you'll take that.
Yeah, and you have the spawns if you are eUnited, and there's another lightning strike eUnited. They're trying to basically close it out right here as 4 go down, make it all 5, but 100 Thieves do spawn in the back. Are eUnited going to be ready for this? And they are. Slasher, he's going to find the first kill on the clay. But this is exactly what eUnited wants. 3 and 4, already on the other side of the map. They're going to set up for statue.
Well, especially when you have this big of a lead. Yeah, go ahead, 100 Thieves. Take these 20 points.
I will say, it's been some pretty bad streaks.
So, all right, so here's the big thing. This is, if you're going to mount the comeback, this is when it happens. Basically, all your streaks have now been exhausted for United. They tried to bury them and completely put the game away. Yes, they got close to doing it, but there's still maybe a little life for 100 Thieves. So now, okay, well, I was just about to say it needs to happen behind the specialist, and as Kenny flies out and tries to hit his grab spike, that's shut down, and that's just one more thing not working for 100 Thieves. And despite the early attempt here on the break, the early rotation pays dividends for eUnited, and they're looking to close it out here at Statue.
Yep, there is that lightning strike. RC's going to find a couple of kills. That's 4 dead. Only 1 player left for 100 Thieves. They're all spawning out front. And 100 Thieves, if they got to do something, they got to do it right now. But I think we know it's basically all but over. eUnited, especially in the hard points, looked so good in this series.
Can they avoid getting 100-point clubbed in both? It looks like the answer is going to be yes, as they're just narrowly going to hit that 100-point mark, but they look to be
both of these
right
games
now
were basically over after the first 3 to 4 hills.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
It
looked
control.
at the beginning of this game again. I know I said it 5 times, but it looked identical to what we saw in map 1. Just blown off the board from the opening break. From eUnited, they win that. They pick up a healthy 40 or so seconds in the first hard point and run away from it from there. I mean, hell, the streaks were even more influential in this game. You got a couple sets in the game 1, but here you have 4 sets of full streaks. Maybe 5 players everyone got streaks at some point. It seemed like.
100 Thieves still fighting on back, starting to get some time. But eUnited only need 10 more seconds as JCap finds 1 kill on Octane. Pristini, 1 on to enable. But man, I did not expect this.
Not at all. They're still fighting though. They're able to contest and now break in for a moment. Pharaoh finds 3. Highlight reel from him, but it's not going to matter in the scheme of things unless they can somehow bring this back. Only 7 more points needed for eUnited. They're trying to get set up in rotation.
RC's has another war machine, by the way, at 34 and 13. So you imagine you're going to see that here soon.
Jeez. Well, by soon, you mean right now. He's got it out. See what damage you can do. Enable, welcome to the danger zone as the grenades coming in. A second one goes to connect. Pharaoh's going to fall as well. They're spawning in the back as he's just shooting them at every doorway. The hard points. Dominant for eUnited. I wasn't sure if Clayster was talking trash to the other side of the stage or hyping up his teammate, but regardless, what a series victory. What a day 1 performance from eUnited.
I mean, maybe if that game 2, round 11 goes a little bit differently, we're headed to a game 5, but in terms of the hard points, 100 Thieves were just completely outplayed. They look great in control, and that's what we saw online prior to this event.
That's great, but you play it once. Like they're gonna have to, they got to figure something out in hard point.
I think that's true.
You think you'd be happy at least, you know, if they got blown out in 1, but let's say the second was really close. Like the second you play it really, really tight, maybe you feel a little bit better, but they just get smoked in both those hard points. 100 Thieves, Slasher and company have some work to do there, but eUnited, they are sitting pretty atop their pool. Let's get right back over to the desk. Katie, take it away.
Thank you very much. Guys, eUnited has got to feel great closing out their day on that main stage with a 3-1 and over 100 Thieves.
That was a dominant performance. I'm actually really surprised that 100 Thieves dropped both hard points and got destroyed like that. Like, Clay was so loud and so hype, and rightfully so, man. They played amazing.
It's not necessarily they lost those hard points. It's the fashion they lost those hard points. The first one, not close. The second one, I mean, when you have that many streaks on eUnited, you're not going to lose a hard point.
RC's at one point was 20 and 4, 5.0 KD. This guy was, he didn't die. What are they doing?
Who was your number 3 team?
eUnited.
eUnited. Looking good.
Looking great.
Looking good. Looking good on your
It's early,
for
guys.
sure. I mean,
100 Thieves needs to go back, watch that VOD, and
They got to
figure out
take everything that they just did and